Hello champions, a very good afternoon. My name is Sanjay, physics faculty at Physics Wala Vidyapeeth Center. Our today's discussion is very special for many reasons. The first and foremost thing is, this is gonna be an exclusive talk for all the NEET aspirant 2025. And secondly, in this discussion, I'm not only going to talk about what has been the cutoff, what has been the seat metric, seat allocation process in previous years, rather I'll be talking based on your current performance, which all colleges you can look after. So in this today's discussion, I am going to largely talk on about NEET counseling, not only specifically for one particular state, that is Tamil Nadu, but also I will be having a touch point on some other states as well. I'm sure all of you are having a different stage of preparation. Maybe some of you are done with your syllabus and doing one round of revision. Maybe some of you are still in the process of syllabus compliance, and maybe one category of student, those who are done with some sort of syllabus and is still having a backlog, and they are having a certain plan to clear it and certainly going to complete the upcoming syllabus as well. Whatsoever is your stage of preparation at moment, this is the crucial time where you incorporate, where you welcome the additional information which as a NEET aspirant you must be having in your bucket. And the information is the details about colleges, the cutoff, and the seat allocations. So in this today's discussion, I'll be largely talking on all this preparation. And you know, there is always a famous say which says, failing to plan is planning to fail, isn't it? So it's a very crucial time where you all need to understand that other than your ongoing NEET preparation, it is equally important for each one of you to understand this other information as well. We are having exactly 95 days till 4th of May, the day of examination, right? In this 95 days, I'm sure you must be having a plan, you must be having a strategy, how to segregate the subjects, where to focus upon, right? How to welcome the mock test, how to do the error analysis, and in my previous video, I have largely spoken about that plan as well. In this 95 days, whatever we are left for our examination of NEET 2025, I would like to start the discussion with two pieces of information. The very first thing is, in this 95 days, I believe in front of you at your study table, you must be having a calendar which mention exactly 95 days, and you are following a reverse process where one day is gone and you are eliminating it from your calendar. What I'm trying to say, in this remaining span of 95 days, you need to live each and every day. And that day should not be only for the revision, for the practice, rather it should have each and every step which is required to make your preparation to the next level. So this is the one thing which I would definitely suggest. And second, in this remaining 95 days of journey, I would definitely strongly recommend to have an exclusive focus on your test and analysis. Based on my experience, I have seen so many students who could take up their score from X to a next level of performance. And if you want me to say the absolute marks difference, the marks range from 100 till 150 to 170. I have seen such practical examples happening in my experience where a student has taken the marks. Let's say he was scoring at, let's say, 350 and eventually he took it to 500. At moment, talking on 500 might not make much sense, reason being the high cutoff of previous year. But since I'm putting an example, that is the reason I'm quoting over here. So these are the two pieces of information which I would like to say again. One is putting a calendar at your workstation where you are eliminating each and every day, and your day has to be planned at an absolute next level. And second thing is, make sure you are putting your best possible efforts in the ongoing mock test series and also doing a proper error analysis at your end, right? So without a delay, let's get deeper into the discussion. So first and foremost thing is, I'm sure you all are putting your best possible efforts preparing for physics, chemistry, zoology, botany. But it is also equally important to understand what has been the marks versus rank in previous year of NEET. So if you see, so I have mentioned over here ranks. So this starts from 2018 till 2024. You can easily see 2018, no one could score 720. 2019, no one could score. 2020, there were 2 students who scored 720. Then 2021, 1, 2 and 3, 3 students have scored 720 out of 720. 2022, none of these students could score. 23, again 2 students. And 24, there were 17 students who have scored 720 out of 720. And if you see the corresponding marks, the interesting data which you will see in this mark range, 655. I am sure many of the students, those who are listening this video, are somewhere targeting their performance between 600 to 650 to be on a very realistic side, right? Put it in the chat box that how many of you are targeting a mark range in between this, right? And based on the response, what you are putting right now, most of the students are having this target. But if you see actually on the ground level how many students could get the ranks in this mark range, the data is really surprising. 2018, the one who scored 655 marks was at 105 rank. 209, he or she was at 761 rank. Then 2020, 3118. And if you see 2024, the gentleman who scored 655 marks was landing at 25,390 ranks, isn't it? So might be you might have targeted a particular state specific or an AIIMS, right, as your aspiring college, and maybe you are thinking that if I get 655 marks, I may be a deserving candidate for the counseling process and to apply in that particular medical college. Based on this strength, the journey seems to be a little bit difficult. Yes or no? So what I am saying, though last year marks cannot be taken as the reference, but still, if you see the hike, that has been eventually up, right? If you see corresponding below categories, the one who scored 555 marks, right? If you see 2018, the one who scored 555 marks was having 6,611 rank, and eventually, if you talk about 2024, the rank corresponding to 555 marks was at 1,35,000 rank. We all are preparing for an exam which will cater hardly 1,10,000 ranks at Pan India level. But if you see, the one who scored 555 marks was somewhere out of the competition. And last year you might have seen, if you talk about Karnataka, the cutoff was 650 plus. If you talk about Kerala, the cutoff was much, much higher. And if you talk about Tamil Nadu, it was again on the higher side, right? So 555 marks seems to be unsafe at moment, considering the trend of previous year analysis. Again, I am saying last year you might not take as a reference, but still this has happened in reality, so you can't ignore it as well. And the one who has scored 455 marks, the gentleman was landing at 2,79,000 ranks. Why I am showing you this data? Because you know at moment what is the corresponding marks you people are having in your ongoing test series. So it is equally important for all of you to understand and to correlate that if I am planning to join Christian Medical College Vellore, if I am planning to join AIIMS Delhi, what corresponding marks I should have in NEET 2025 exam, right? And data keeps reflecting for the remaining exams as well. 355, the rank was 4,77,000, and 255, the last year rank was 7,60,000. I'm not talking about qualifying, right? This data is very simple. If you talk about NEET 2024 qualifying marks, it was almost 163. 163. So the one who scored above 163 marks is eligible to participate in the counseling process. And let me tell you a very surprising data, because I have seen so many students, they always keep comparing that, sir, I am writing an exam where already more than 25 lakh students are participating. Where will I stand in this crowd? But the data will really surprise you when I'll say that out of this 25 lakh student, hardly 13 lakh students comes in that category who gets the minimum qualifying marks. What I'm saying, more than 50% students are not able to even score the minimum threshold, that is 163. Yes or no? So the actual competition happens the people who are in this mark range. And in that also, I have shown you what is the corresponding mark. So it is equally important for each one of you to understand what is the marks versus rank understanding, right? Going to the next thing. If you see the competition at moment, so in previous slide, I have tried telling you that what is the marks versus rank analysis, and here you can see the one 2023 and 2024 comparison I have placed here. So 2023, the one who scored 720 marks was at All India rank 1, but 2024 there were 17 students who have scored 720 out of 720. But the interesting data again would come in this category. If you see 660 marks, there are 19,485 students, which makes 0.81 percentage. If I'll ask each one of you, what is your aspiring score? I am sure most of you, more than 80% people will say that, sir, I am planning to have 600 plus score in NEET. And that's a very aspiring score. But if you see above 600, there are hardly 3.2% students who are actually making it. Yes? So rather sitting with a perception that, sir, this exam is really difficult, I would say it is not at all difficult. It is highly competitive exam. The fight is happening between accuracy and speed, and that is where I want you to focus upon. So as you can see, as marks keeps down, you can see that what percentage of students are actually falling into this. The one who scored 620 marks can be a very respected score, but you see only 2.32% of students could actually make it, right? And the corresponding rank for this particular marks in 2024 was 55,676. Yes. So from this category, again, you might make a conclusion that what mark range I am at moment and what corresponding ranks I will be falling into, right? Let's go ahead. Why at this point of time, other than the NEET preparation, we need to be serious about the counseling process, because I have put some of the concerns on the display. You see, we have more than 770 colleges in India at moment, right? So it's very important for each one of you to understand which college to target upon, corresponding ranks, corresponding marks, because you will not be getting so much time to do this analysis once you are done with this NEET exam. So that is the reason I am putting this video over here, so that this is the right time where you can have this piece of information other than your ongoing preparation of NEET. So more than 770 medical colleges, more than 1,10,000 seats, so many counseling processes. We have round 1, round 2, round 3 and so on, and then we have mop-up round as well, right? How to participate in each round, what is mop-up round, what is the security deposit we need to put, right? There are many things which as a student, as a parent, we are not at clear, right? Then we have more than 100 reservation categories. Many students, they just think that I am from OBC category or general category, these are the only reservations available for me, but you might not be having the clear information or sufficient information. So I'll be talking on these parameter also. If you talk about the fees, there are colleges which expect nothing from you. They just want you to have an attitude. Can you solve 180 question in 180 minutes? If answer is yes, welcome to AIIMS. Yeah, right. And there are certain colleges which are even charging close to 60 lakh fees in a year, right? And then if you see in a nutshell, only 5% students are being allocated. So considering last year figure, that was 25 lakh students who participated in NEET exam. Out of that, almost 13 lakh students could qualify this, and then these people were invited for this counseling process, and out of that only 5% were given the seat in government medical colleges. So this process takes little bit time to understand. So I would request each one of you to go through this. First of all, let us understand the exam which you are preparing for, which all courses these exams offer. So one thing is, yes, definitely you're aspiring course, that is MBBS. Then we have BDS, and I'll be talking on both of the colleges, government medical college as well as private medical college, as well as deemed universities, right? Then you have BDS, then you have Ayush, which stands for Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy, right? Then you have BSc Nursing. Most of the colleges, they consider NEET as an intake for the BSc Nursing. Then you have veterinary, right? And then you have physiotherapy, PPT. So these exams for these courses, there are certain states which conduct a state specific exam, like I have mentioned here: KSET for Karnataka, MSET for Andhra Telangana, KEAM for Kerala, right? So these are the state specific exams which gives you a gateway for physiotherapy courses. So first of all, let us understand which all categories of colleges NEET is giving you the seat allotment. So first and foremost thing is AIIMS. We have almost 25 AIIMS. Out of that, around 20 AIIMS are functional. Then you have JIPMER, right? Then you have deemed universities. I'll show you the list of deemed university other than the number of seats. Then ESIC, medical counseling, that is Employee State Insurance Committee. Then All India Quota Counseling. Then you have Central University Counseling, right? Then you have Armed Force Medical Colleges Counseling. And then last but not the least, State Government Counseling, which cater government, private and all NRI seats quota. So these are the processes and the bucket of colleges where you will be allowed to participate in the counseling. If you talk about primarily for South India, so I'll be talking on Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala, right? So you see this data. Tamil Nadu is having 74 colleges, which include 38 government medical college, right? And 36 private medical college, which offers MBBS and, right, MBBS seats, which offer the counseling for 11,600 seats. We'll be bifurcating it through All India quota, what is the seat count, and through Tamil Nadu state quota, what is the seat count you will be getting for MBBS. If you talk about Karnataka, total 68 colleges with the seat count of 10,840. Telangana, total number of colleges 56 with the seat count of 8,490. Andhra Pradesh, total colleges 37, seat count of 6,485. And Kerala, total colleges 32 and seat count is almost 4,550, right? These are the number of colleges primarily for South India and the number of seats which they allocate for the medical courses. If you ask me which is the state which offer the highest number of seats for medical courses in India, and the answer is absolutely Tamil Nadu, right? So let's go further. This is the list of medical colleges. I would request each one of you to please take a screenshot of this so that you can have a piece of information. And if you are targeting Madras Medical College, Chennai, then you know that what is the history, what is the intake, 256 intake, government medical college, right? And then so on, right? Government Dharmapuri Medical College, which is in Dharmapuri, and so on. So you can have this piece of information so that you can stick it at your, workstation, and day in and out, you can really aspire, to be a part of this medical college through this exam. If you talk about the seat distribution, which is very, very important, I'm talking about Tamil Nadu region. Almost similar calculation remains for other states as well, right? So as a student or as a parent, it is very important for each one of you to understand how the seat distribution happen. So one is the Medical Council Committee, MCC counseling. So it has a certain percentage of a student, and then second will be the state counseling. Either it is Tamil Nadu counseling, Karnataka counseling, Maharashtra counseling, whatsoever state you are writing, it will be a state specific. So one is the MCC counseling. Particularly talking about Tamil Nadu, as I mentioned, there are almost 11,600 seats. Out of that, 3,385 seats will be filled through MCC counseling, where lot of things are being applicable. For example, any student from any part of India can participate in this counseling through All India quota. So if you bifurcate this 3,385 seats, out of that 785 seats will be filled through All India quota. Any student from any state can participate in this, right? Which contribute almost 15%. Then you have list of deemed universities which offers around 2,500 seats. You have one AIIMS which is in Madurai, have a central quota. Remember, AIIMS 50 seats are being allocated through the MCC counseling, not through the Tamil Nadu state counseling, right? Seats, number of seats 50, IP ward quota which is again 50. So out of these many seats, 3,385 seats are being allocated in these 4 steps, in this 4 different bucket, right? Coming to the Tamil Nadu counseling, so whatever number of seats are left, that is 8,215. In this, 85% will be filled in the government colleges, 15% seats, that is 3,850, will be allocated in the private colleges, right? So that's how in the TN counseling, out of this, you can say almost 4,400 seats you are fighting for 85% quota. When it comes to remaining 15% quota, here other than you, there are students of other state also will be eligible to participate in this. So this is a very important piece of information. Majorly for you is to understand that other than state counseling, you will have a MCC counseling. In MCC counseling, these are the major areas where seat allocation happens: All India quota, deemed university, AIIMS, and IP ward. Other than this, there are other quotas as well, which we will discuss in our upcoming series of counseling process. If you talk about 57 deemed universities in 14 states, right? We do have here, I'm highlighting majorly for the southern part, that is South India. Other than, because in the previous slide I have explained you that what is the corresponding marks and which college you can really aspire for. But in case you are struggling at a very average marks, you have a second beautiful option to apply for the MBBS courses in deemed university as well. So if you talk about Tamil Nadu, we have total 13 deemed university, out of which caters around 2,750 seats. If you talk including the Puducherry, which has total 4 number of colleges and which cater 800 seats. So this is what the total presentation of Tamil Nadu including the special territory. Andhra Pradesh having 1 deemed university, 150 intake. Karnataka 12 deemed university having an intake of 600. Telangana 2 deemed university having an intake of 400. Maharashtra having 14 deemed university having the intake of 2,500, right? So what I'm saying, in case at moment you are having an aggregate marks of 250, 300, even as I mentioned, we are having a good amount of days left in our hand, and I have told you that this is the time where you can take your score up easily between 100 to 150 with an absolute day plan, and you are living that day plan on a everyday basis, right? But in case the cutoff again goes a little bit high and somewhere you are not coming in the picture of 580, 600, 640, 650 marks, this is the second beautiful bucket which is left for you, is the deemed university, right? And primarily for South India, I have explained what are the number of deemed university. And if you talk about the fee part in this, the fees remains ranging somewhere between 10 lakh to 30 lakh, right? Deemed university. So again, this makes us more responsible, more concerned, that instead of putting this much fees, rather give an exclusive focus for the remaining 95 days for the NEET preparation, so that you are securing your 1 seat in any of the government medical college, right? So through this discussion, I have tried explaining you what are the number of seats in Tamil Nadu. I have told you that what are the list of deemed university in South India, and also I have spoken about the 2 major steps of counseling, that is the MCC counseling and the state specific counseling. I am sure you are putting your best possible efforts in the remaining time of NEET preparation, but other than this, you need to put the basic information about counseling process, the seat, the college cutoff, everything in addition to your preparation. So wishing you all the very best for NEET 2025.